Hello, I'm Paul Wilkinson. I'm filming from Kathmandu, and I've been living and working here for the last 5.5 years, making documentaries about shamanism and about Nepali culture. Hello, hi. I'm going to show you today a few shamanic stools and other related items from far west Nepal. This one's from the Mugger people, and you can see it's interesting. It has a flower of life design. On the edge you've got this time as some sort of goat, I think, and little feet underneath, and you have a figure of a woman giving birth. Now the Mugger, they're nomadic people. They're one of the last nomadic tribes that travel from the Tibetan, inside Tibet sometimes, across the border and all the way across Nepal into India, and they travel with big herds for half the year, and then the rest of the year they've got they have villages that they live in. So they have a lot of symbolism that relate to fertility and the cycles of nature. So this one, you can see the woman's giving birth, and you can see the legs of the baby coming out, and then it's surrounded by flower of life designs. This is also Mugger from far west Nepal, and you've got two figures, and again you've got the female figure with the baby here and the vagina, and on the other side you've got the male figure with a penis. So it's quite an interesting thing. You can see almost the figure again from the side with the legs, and it's a bit like a sort of a yin-yang, so it's the depiction of the male and the female energy. Another shamanic stool from the Mugger people. So you have a praying figure with two Naga, so the snake gods. So this is also a Naga mala. This is made of snake bones. It's used for protection, and it's used for cleaning, and so they'll move it over someone's body to cleanse the energy, even slightly striking the body sometimes to disturb the negative energy and to pull it out. And they use it as a sort of a symbol of power and of the connection to the chakras, a connection to the primal energy in the body. So again, you've got a sort of ram-like figure, very nice chevron type design on the sides. These two snake gods, and the shamanic figure here, and underneath, again quite very simple with legs. Now another one with a ram. So they travel a lot with their sheep and their rams and their goats, all the way across Nepal, taking many months. So this figure, you've got a praying figure again, but with a big erect penis, and he's sitting meditating, but you've got the sexual symbolism, and then the Naga again, two Naga protecting him. That's probably a centipede running up here. So, and there's another Naga here coming there. So he's flanked by these sort of protective spirits, and you can see underneath they're actually quite comfortable. They're these little shamanic stools. So they're sitting on these emblems of power and energy and protection. So I'll show you those two compared to each other. Quite similar format. I brought a few Mugger figures as well, so I could show you the similarity of symbolism. So here you have a mother. She's sitting in lotus posture with the vagina open, but she's got her baby there, and you've got this time holding the baby the vagina open, the male figure on the back. And here's a male and female figure sort of having sex. He's wearing his funny little cap, and but you've got this sort of combination of the male and female energy together in the symbolism. Now, the flower of life is particularly interesting because it's a symbol that comes up all over the place in lots of different cultures, and some plants actually, particularly some succulents, make exactly this pattern when they grow, and you see it reoccurring in other symbols, in other objects. So I've got with me a number of these are sickles, and they're used both by the shaman and they're also used domestically for farming. So you can see this one has a sort of flower of life type design, as if it's folded here with a crescent moon in the middle. And these are worn at the back usually, they're worn just on the hip. And they're used for rice, and they're used for gathering herbs. So there's a lot of variation I have of these. There's another one with the same sort of a flower of life type design. More abstract designs on the back. This one would be used for cutting larger things like shrubs and trees, taking the bark off sometimes for medicine. There's another one. So this would be used for something larger like sweet corn, but also for gathering herbs and for cutting rice. And you see this flower of life type design. Very beautiful holders. And some of these have it's got like a shoot in the middle. A bit abstracted. They feel beautifully weighted as well. So I've started supplying these to shaman in the West, who are using them mainly for gathering herbs and for gathering medicines, and also a lot of the druids also use them. So the ancient sickle was the most sacred symbol for the druids, and part of their sort of equipment. And but nowadays it's very hard to find a traditional sickle. You know, these are all hand forged. In fact, you can see this one has got very, very beautiful decoration in the blade, and also represents the crescent moon. Some of them, like that, have a slightly different form, but this is used by the Rai people, and particularly by women. So the Rai women wear them tucked in their belt, so they wear like a cloth around their waist, twisted round, and that will just be tucked in the waist, and then you've got these double spirals as well in the top, and that connects to eternity. But very nice, and that's used for gathering herbs and medicinal plants. I'll just show you a few other forms of these. So occasionally they have very different shapes, and you can see they're hand forged and folded over a number of times to make them hard, usually with wooden handles. Occasionally they have handles made of bone, but nearly always wooden. And sometimes they also have holsters like that with faces, but that's really very unusual. So one of the things I really like about doing this is that it's a way of getting traditional ritual tools back into the hands of shaman and druids and people doing sort of magical symbolic work and herbalists. It's putting these ancient tools back into the hands of people who are now reusing them again in the West. And there's something very special about the energy of something that's been used for many generations. It's very hard to date something like this, but they last for a long time. They last, maybe for 100 or 200 years, and so sometimes they get very, very warm where they've been sharpened. And look at that one's very, very, very warm. And then you also sometimes get specialist ones where they're serrated and with other sorts of shapes. On domestic objects like the sickles, which are also used by the shaman as well for gathering herbs. So something like that will have been used for cutting rice, but also for gathering herbal medicine and so on. They'll wear it on the back like that. The Mugger people are nomadic, and they travel from one side of Nepal to the other, from usually in far west Nepal, and they go from the Tibetan border all the way across into India with their herds, taking about 6 months, and the other 6 months they have sort of villages. So you see symbolism connected to their animals quite a lot as well. And here's another seat with a similar structure. You have the ram going through the whole thing and the legs underneath, and this time you have a praying figure in the middle, and above a fish symbol. So the fish is often again it's a symbol for fertility and abundance and fecundity, so it's connected to growth and movement and to water, and you see the zigzags here related to the water. But it's a feminine symbol also, and either side again you've got the two nagas running all the way around like that, and then he's in you've got the zigzags for the water surrounding. Now another one. This one's unusual because it's got figures, animal figures, probably ram again on both sides. So you've got one here and another one there. That's probably something else. That might be looks a bit like a dog. And then underneath you have a big erect penis and again naga. So the naga's coming all the way around, and the zigzag probably representing water, but possibly something else as well. Sometimes these triangular shapes are a symbol for growing shoots, like for rice shoots. In Indonesia, the triangular shapes are a symbol for growing rice. And you've got a sun and a moon. Possibly that's a star. So very, very nice. And the shaman will sit on that, and it's like fertility and power and energy and the connection to the earth. So it's a sort of he's seating himself on the things that are sustaining his community and sustaining him in their daily life. Thank you very much. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel, and I'm posting a number of videos about the symbolic ritual objects of Nepal and the Himalayas, and other ones as well about the creative process and the relationship of creativity to personal transformation and to the shamanic path. So thank you very much, Do let me know if there's any videos that you're particularly interested in, and I'll do my best to make something for you. Thank you.